The male and female reproductive systems are designed to create life. Deep inside the woman, in her ovaries, one egg develops each month. From the man's testes, through his penis, millions of sperm enter the woman's vagina. Here, they begin their travel toward the egg. Only one sperm can enter the egg. When one does, fertilization occurs. Genetic material from the male and from the female combine to create the first cell of an offspring. The fertilized egg migrates to the uterus, where it develops into a fully formed fetus over a period of about 40 weeks. Then, a baby is born.
Why do they lie, Mac? Why do they lie to us? Tell me.
To keep you from knowing what you are.
What we are?
What are we?
Oh, man, why do I gotta be the guy that tells the kids there's no Santa Claus?
My name is Neil.
Yes, I'm the keymaker. I've been waiting for you. There is a building. Inside this building, there is a level where no elevator can go and no stair can reach. This level is filled with doors. These doors lead to many places, hidden places. But one door is special. One door leads to the source. Once the door is unprotected, the connection will be severed. But another connection must first be made.
How long will that take?
Exactly 314 seconds.
Just over 5 minutes.
That is the length and breadth of the window. Only the one can open the door. And only during that window can the door be opened.
How do you know all this?
I know because I must know. It is my purpose. It is the reason I'm here. The same reason we're all here.
You're clones.
Cells growing in the body sense forces and respond to them. Now biologists are using this knowledge to engineer tissue and organs from stem cells. Previously, they focused on the chemical cues that trigger new cells to develop correctly. But to create this beating rat heart, mechanical cues were also important. The force produced by pumped blood and nutrients helped the stem cells differentiate. Here, replacement arteries are being grown. They're subjected to pulses that help align the fibers and strengthen the vessels. Another lab is using bioreactors like this one to grow bone. It has tubes which mimic the flow of fluids that bones would normally experience in the body. This has helped them successfully grow a piece of jawbone with the same shape and strength as the real thing. Such approaches could be key to regenerating the body.
As above, so below is repeatedly symbolized in esoteric art and a variety of symbols, the most basic of which is a triangle pointing upward or above. This is accompanied by a second triangle pointing downward below. When combined, they form a hexagram, commonly recognized as the Star of David, one of the most dominant symbols in the occult. Removing the base of the triangles, one can see the outline for the square and compass of Freemasonry. This next image shows what Manly Hall called the God of Reflections. He is called the Ancient One, perched over a pool of water that reflects his image. Notice also how the placement of his arms and the crown upon his head form two triangles like a Star of David, while on his chest is a Maltese cross positioned upward and then reflected again down below. Esoterics believe this same principle of reflection can be found in nature, with bodies of water providing a mirror as a picture of the Hermetic maxim. With this in mind, consider the placement of the reflecting pools in our nation's capital. Before the Washington Monument, the U.S. Capitol, the Lincoln Memorial, and the Supreme Court. As above, so below is the philosophy that guided ancient cultures into building their cities and sacred monuments in alignment with the stars.
What do people pray for? If God is omnipotent, what are you praying for? What do people pray for? And super powerful and in charge of everything in the universe. What are you actually praying for? If something quote-unquote bad happens to you or negative, like a hurricane, a flood, or tornadoes, isn't he responsible indirectly or directly? God signed off on it. So are you praying to change God's mind? Are you praying to change what God is going to do in your life to help you or not help you? He should already be aware. He should be understanding what you're thinking and why you're going through this. And he probably put you through this for a reason. So why are you praying? He knows you're going to pray. He knows that you love him. He knows everything that you are saying in your prayers. So I don't understand exactly what it is that people pray for when something quote-unquote bad or negative happens to them. If tragedy befalls you, you should be praying for the tragedy too. If God is all-powerful and omnipotent, you should thank him for the tragedy because he is responsible for everything in the universe. I asked my Christian buddy that one time, and he gave me a good answer. He said they're praying for understanding. And I get that. And that goes right back to faith. It comes back into you. For you to understand better what's going on. And to have faith that you understand what's going on. And there's something out there to help you, protect you, or whatever. Whatever you want to think is okay. Whatever you want to believe. But are you actually praying to change God's mind? Are you praying to influence God to help you or to benefit you or to change the course of the physical universe so that it benefits you in a way that you may have seen that was negative? Some people say you're praying for God to give you the strength. I think, once again, it goes back to faith. You're praying to give yourself faith. You're praying to exercise your faith, to exercise it within yourself, to build it. You know, you want to work it, to work your strength and to build it up, your faith. So I don't get it. You know, tell me, somebody explain that to me, please. That's not my only question. What do people pray for?
I'm only curious. I say that civilization is an illusion, a game of pretend. What is real is the fact that we are still animals, driven by primal instincts. As a psychiatrist, you must know this to be true.
To be honest, Ambassador, when someone starts talking to me about the truth, what I hear is what they're telling me about themselves more than what they're saying about the world.
Quite right. Well done, Doctor.
Well, perhaps you're right. Perhaps being a Russian in this country is a kind of pathology. So what do you think? Can you help me? Can you give me a pill to make me see the world the way you Americans see the world? Can a pill help me understand Iraq or Darfur or even New Orleans?
Don't be drawn in by his madness, Doctor. He is Russian. He needs to argue like he needs to breathe.
All I am saying is that civilization crumbles whenever we need it most. In the right situation, we are all capable of the most terrible crimes. To imagine a world where this was not so, where every crisis did not result in new atrocities, where every newspaper is not full of war and violence. Well, this is to imagine a world where human beings cease to be human.
While I'll give you that we still retain some basic animal instincts, you have to admit we're not the same animal we were a few thousand years ago.
True.
Read Piaget, Kohlberg, or Maslow, Graves, Wilbur, and you'll see that we're still evolving. Our consciousness is changing.